Hi, and welcome to my series of classroom hints. Today's session is on punctuation. So many people have trouble with making words plural, or knowing where to use the apostrophe, or even using the apostrophe S. There are three uses of S and the apostrophe S. Firstly, S can be used to make words plural. Example, one car or several cars, or one house and several houses. That's the first use, just making words plural when there's more than one. Secondly, the apostrophe can be used to shorten words. Example, is not made into isn't. We have others like aren't and weren't and etc. These are called contractions. Now, maybe you're not familiar with the word in this particular sense, but you've probably heard of the word contractions to do with the woman who's nearing giving birth to a child. Contractions help the birth process, probably shorten the birth process, and that's exactly how the word is used here. Contractions shortening the word, even though it doesn't shorten it all that much. Now, the third use, the apostrophe S, can be used to indicate ownership, which is possessive case. So we can have either singular, when someone or something owns something else, example, John's toy or Bill's car, or plural, when there are several people or groups, or a group owns something else, example, the men's sheds, number of men, number of sheds, boys, toys, so number of boys and number of toys. Now notice here, we have men, apostrophe S, where we have boys, just S apostrophe, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. So, the plural apostrophe, really it's the most used and abused punctuation mark in the English language. Remember, it's a bit like the plural screwdriver in the toolkit. The screwdriver is used as a chisel, a paint tin opener, to get out bent nails, puncture a lid or a can. So the plural screwdriver is used and abused, and it's the same with the plural punctuation mark. A lot of people don't really understand all its uses. So number one, making words plural when there's more than one. Examples here, one car, two cars, or 20 cars, or 100 cars would make the difference. It still had an S. One boat, two boats, 20 boats, etc. One photo or several photos. Now I've put this in here because a lot of people do actually put in photos with apostrophe S, even though they're only referring to a number of photos. It's just something that's snuck into the English language with a number of words. So that is incorrect if you're talking about several photos. It's just P-H-O-T-O-S. But this could be correct if you're talking about a particular photo's image or a particular photo's frame. Then the frame or image is owned by the photo, so that would be actually indicating possessive case. So one photo's image or frame. One toy, several toys. One boy, several boys. One girl, several girls. Just adding apostrophe S. Easy. Sorry, not apostrophe S. Just adding an S at the end of the word. So making words plural, just add an S at the end of the word. Secondly, contractions. A number of them here. Is not, isn't, do not, don't, was not, wasn't, did not, didn't, I am, etc., all the way through. So you'll notice down here the apostrophe is placed where the letter is missing. So apostrophe here where we missed out the O, same here, up here is where we missed out the A, here again the A, etc. Now I've thrown these in too. If we're talking about the 1960s or the 1990s, no need for just put in the S, no need for the apostrophe S, it's not possessive. IT apostrophe S, this one causes a lot of problems. If you see IT apostrophe S, it should be read as it is. And we'll talk a little bit later, we're talking about the dog and its bones, so we're talking about a possessive. We'll have a look at that later. So IT apostrophe S should always be read as it is. John's, this is a contraction here. John is going to the movies, but John's pen or John's car could also be correct. You just have to have a look at the sense of the sentence and work out which one it refers to, whether it means John is or whether it means John's car or John's book. Same here, she is. As I said, adding an S, adding apostrophe S causes a lot of problems, more of it later, and that's one of the big issues. But in contractions, just placing the apostrophe where the missing letter, where the letter is missed out. Possessive case, so I guess possessive means ownership. We'll talk about singular first, so singular possessive or possessive singular. One person or one thing owning something else. Example, Jim's book, so Jim owns the book. Alison's dog, Alison owns the dog. The dog's bone. So they've all got Jim's apostrophe S to show ownership. Now we've got James's pen, James owns the pen. Chris's chair. Now some of you might be looking at these two here and wondering, both these words end in S, but I've still put in the apostrophe S. And the reason is that in the last two examples, both James and Chris already end in an S. However, because the second S is pronounced, example, we say James's pen, we don't say James' pen, we say Chris's chair, we don't say Chris' chair. So because in these circumstances, because you pronounce the S, you need to write it in so it is there, written in on the page, so that it is sitting there, able to be pronounced. So possessive case, singular, so just one person or thing owning something else, but we just need to be careful with the singular words that end in S, because we pronounce the second S like James's pen. So we do for James's pen, we do need to write it. Now, plural, but the easy ones first. Some plural words are easy because they already mean a group on their own. So men already mean a group of men or a number of men. Children mean a number of children. Crowd means a number of people in the crowd. So if we're saying the ties, maybe 40 or 50 ties owned by the various men sitting over there on the table. Men's ties, just apostrophe S. So this is possessive plural. The men all own these ties, and they're sitting on the table over there. So many ties owned by the men. Children's books, so many children and many books. So children already mean a number of people, we just put on the apostrophe S. The crowd's behaviour, crowd already means a group of people, the crowd's behaviour of the many people in the crowd. So for possessive again, but this time plural, meaning a group of people, are in ownership of either some property or behaviour, we just add an S at the end of the word. So they're the easy ones, possessive, plural, the easy ones, words already mean a group of people. Now we'll have a look at possessive plural. The ones that are a little bit trickier. It's when a group owns something else, but the plural words that already end in S are a little trickier. And what I said before is note in the following examples, you don't pronounce the second S, therefore you are not required to write it. Example, you don't, so talking about boys' education being an important topic, we don't say boys' education, we just say boys. If you say boys', it's too awkward, no one will probably say it, therefore we don't add the second S. Therefore you insert the apostrophe after the S that's already there, you do not have to write the second S. Let's just have a look at an example of that so it's a little bit clearer. So possessive plural, trickier ones when a group owns something else and these words already end in an S. So boys, as I said, we don't say boys' education, so we don't put in the second S. Must not forget that girls' education is also an important educational topic. We don't say girls' education, so you don't write in the second S. And ladies' toilets, we don't say ladies' toilets. So ladies, meaning a group of ladies, and also a number of toilets.
so we don't pronounce that second S, so we don't write it in. Same with gents. Gents means a group of gentlemen, so we don't say gentses. Toilets, we just put the apostrophe straight after the S to indicate ownership or possessive case. To sum up, to make a word plural, we just add S. Example, car, we add the S to make it cars. And same with houses, etc. The examples from before. Joining words together, contractions, the apostrophe goes where the letter has been omitted, and again I'll emphasise this one, where IT, it is, when it's used as a contraction, IT apostrophe S, so whenever you see it, it doesn't mean ownership, it means it is, it's a contraction, not ownership. Singular possessive, like John's book, so John, apostrophe S, shows possessive, he owns the book. And I've thrown this one in on purpose. Tess, so Tess is singular, one person. Tess's car, we don't say Tess car, we say Tess's car, so we have to say, put in the apostrophe S. Plural possessive, easy ones, like children, men, etc. We just add the apostrophe S at the end to show possessive case. And the summary continued. Plural possessive, it's a bit tricky when the word already ends in an S. But we got houses, roofs, we don't say houses, roofs. We don't say friends' iPods, so we don't put in the second S, we just put in the apostrophe to indicate possessive case. Remember, if you say the S, then you must write it in, like James's book, Chris's car. However, if you don't say the S, then you do not write it in, like Jesus' cross, we don't say Jesus's cross, so you can say that. So no second S, if you don't pronounce it, you don't put it in. Girls's, we don't say girls's, no second S. Same with gents, we don't say gents's. And just lastly, I keep emphasising this because so many people get this wrong. IT apostrophe S means it is. The word it's is the possessive form. So if you see its, example, when talking about the dog's ball, we would say its ball. Now if you put an apostrophe S in there, it would read as it is ball, which is not the sense that we're after. So that's the possessive form of its. It's a pronoun. We'll talk more about that maybe in another session. But just emphasising IT apostrophe S means it is. Look, I hope this has been of some help to you. If it has, then you might like to visit my website. It's just Mr. D's Classroom Hints. And in it, there's an overview of my book by the same name, Mr. D's Classroom Hints. Just have a look at there's 2 pages of contents mentioned there. You can have a look at the chapters that I've covered. Some of them might be of interest to you. Also in the website there's video links like this one and other ones that I'll be uploading in the near future. And also other useful websites. There's websites that give you help with literacy, numeracy, maybe depression if you're feeling really down and out, where you can get some help, even bullying. So lots of different websites mentioned there. So please, if this has been of any help to you, just visit my website, have a look at the contents pages of the book to see if there's any interest to you. Okay, so long for now, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, bye-bye.